sure we're recording everywhere. And I didn't see where they're popped. Yep, it's the basement at 1865 East Panama Drive. We're going to take a look at the main sewer via this clean out tucked in behind the hot water heater. There's our cast iron. Stop it. This is a brand new camera and they've completely redesigned the reel. And mostly, I love the fact that the counter now is internal. It used to be something that push rod passed through and was kind of a tough one because it would get goobed up and you wouldn't be able, it would stop counting right. But now this thing has nothing to really keep the push rod in there if it gets any tension. Is there water on in the house?
Yes.
Can you flush the toilet there? We picked up a little bit of a haze on the lens and I'd like to rinse it off. Alright. So we're going to know pretty soon here which way we're going. At least partially which way we're going. Because we'll either get to clay tile pretty quickly or it'll take a while. It looks like, yeah, it's right here. So we're going out the front.
Okay.
It's a concrete pipe, not clay tile.
Is that good?
Actually, often it really is. In that it's got such a rough surface texture that it doesn't want to offset as much as other clay tile will. But it'll still get roots in it. So there's a little bit of root right there.
That's actually broken through the...
It's not breaking through. Clay tile, concrete, all those pipes leak a little.
Okay.
They will all leak.
Okay.
It's not broken because of that. And if you give roots a little bit of water, and water fortified with fertilizer, they're going to want to come in the seam. Just because they're in there doesn't mean it's broke. It just means it's normal.
Okay.
Now, it does mean that you have to clean it every once in a while. We do have a little bit of standing water. Oh, we've got a present sitting there. A little bit of waste. That's good. Because that looked a little like a belly, and we don't want a belly.
I don't know what a belly is.
A belly is when the slope's not perfect,
Okay.
and so the line holds water all the time.
Okay. That
That slow-moving water can allow waste to separate from the sewage and can end up giving you a situation where waste will fill that section up, or if it's deep enough, like 3 inches deep is where we get really concerned, heavy waste can hit it and just stop and sit there, and then it can gather.
Now you said clean it once in a while. How does one clean it?
Cable cleaning.
Okay.
Just call a drain clean company. This whole action out here is just a touch flat. This is all a low-grade belly,
Okay.
but it's holding about a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch of water. So far, the concrete's looking really good.
Okay.
I haven't seen yet, that might be one right there. Can you see almost a faint circle there?
Yes.
One thing that does commonly happen in the concrete pipe that doesn't happen in clay, because those unions won't move, you'll get 360-degree stress cracks.
Okay.
They don't move either. They're not affecting anything. There's no water lingering in this area. It's probably been cracked for 50 years. Not something to get uptight about. So far it looks really good actually. We had some early roots closer to the house.
And if we take that tree out, that should help with that, right?
Yeah, we'll see once we get out closer to the sidewalk, which we are getting in the neighborhood of, whether or not that tree's up in it at all.
Okay.
Because so far, it doesn't look like it's being much of a problem. It's more of a problem for your solar panel than it is for your sewer so far. Actually, it looks really good so far.
Well, that's a blessing, considering we didn't know beforehand.
And we'll see what this is. As you look down through there, you see the water there.
I do.
If you can kind of almost see through the tunnel all the way to the end,
Yes.
that's getting pretty deep by the end out there.
Okay. The water is getting deep?
Yeah,
Okay,
you can
so-
see it's about 2.5 inches out there. Now what we're hoping is there's another big pile of something out here,
Yeah.
and there is. I can't tell if it's a It's got some waste, but it also looks like maybe a root. Yeah, it's a root.
Okay,
We'll take a closer look when we come back to it so we don't have to hammer our way over it again.
okay.
That is the tap. You got a little bit of root growing in from the collar of the tap. Let me
Right.
see if there's any. Yeah, there's plenty of water in there. So that's your tap. A little bit of root coming in the side, but I don't see any damage there.
Okay.
It's kind of tough with the concrete to see great detail there because that area's taken a ton of pounding from water. And the reason it's so rough looking is that initial layer of cement gets washed away over time and it exposes the aggregate. I don't see anything there that's going to affect your function. So what it looks like is, even though this root isn't too big, it's solid and it's growing up from the bottom of the pipe right there.
Can we tell how far out that is?
Yeah, it's 68 feet.
Okay, and so where we would measure from literally here out to 60?
Yeah, but for a drain cleaner, he's just going to run this the full length if he does it right.
Okay,
Matter of fact, he's going to come here and put a 100-foot of cable in this thing
okay.
if he's doing it right.
And that will clean out that root?
Yeah,
Okay.
the blade will cut that root. From the way that fought me, I think that's all that's going on there. It's
Okay.
kind of tough to see if there's anything else because the water gets deeper as you get right up on that thing. I'm trying to see if I see anything in the, I don't see anything in the fitting that's got me worried.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it's got a great big offset or anything that would account for the bump.
Do we believe that that is from the tree out front?
Oh, probably, yeah,
Okay.
because we're in the front. This thing, I think, angled across this way, picked up those lines, turned sharply this way, and then turned again to go straightened out.
Okay.
So to find out exactly where it's at, we're gonna pull back to about 40 feet, and we'll go locate it, because we wanna make sure we're back within the yard. And I don't like to see that little flickering going on there. So around and is not liking the world.
Now, what are we looking for at 40 feet?
We're just nothing other than the pipe.
Okay.
We wanna know where it is for you
Okay.
because of what you wanna do and build with. So we're gonna go ahead and stop here because we've seen the entire pipe. I don't see any repair issues.
Okay.